What thing?
My thing.
Damn, bro. Thought that'd be my shit.
Hi.
The thing.
My
Alright.
big thing.
A big thing.
Talking about my iPad. Sickos.
I mean, I was thinking that too, bro.
And my dick.
No,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yo, you know,
I was gonna say that.
I was
but
gonna
he
say
said it
your
for me.
Apple Pen, you know, but
Oh wait.
Yeah, I'm looking for that actually. How did you know?
because you always talk about charging it, you know.
Yeah, my Apple Pen needs charging.
That one's what you gotta charge the pencil.
Yeah.
Wait, it's called the Apple Pencil, right? It's not the Apple Pen.
Yeah, it is Apple Pencil.
Oh, okay, cool.
Why
I
is
was
it
about to
now?
say,
Why
is
would
there
they
a
call it the
difference,
Apple
like-
Pencil though?
What's wrong with
Because you
Apple
don't have to
Pencil?
sharpen it.
What's wrong with Apple Pen?
No, I would have said just Apple Pen.
Isn't it
Why,
like?
why are they trying to extend it? Like,
It isn't that deep.
But it's not a pen though.
It is.
yeah, but it's not a pencil.
It's not a fucking pencil, is it?
Yeah.
It looks more like
Apple,
a pencil.
Apple
Yeah,
stick, bro.
it actually looks more like a pencil. So.
What do you mean, bro? It looks like them pens you get from.
No.
the bank.
That's
it
cap.
doesn't.
That's
It
cap.
doesn't. It doesn't. It looks like a pencil.
I agree.
I think
with
maybe
that
because
statement.
Samsung Galaxy have the Galaxy Pen, not pencil. Like human,
Okay.
like normal humans. Maybe they didn't want to copy them. That's the only reason.
Okay, but that looks like a pen.
No, what?
Alright, enough. Welcome to the Dropouts podcast, episode 4. We're here today with everyone say their name. So they can
Samir Hussein.
Why do I have to say this again?
Man actually
As
said
born on the
government
block.
name, bro.
Yazan on the block.
Yeah, I already
That's
know.
okay, I am your
Natalie Min.
Anyway, if you're not already and you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe, like, comment, all of that stuff. If you're watching on Twitch and you're not following, you're an op.
If
Yeah.
Oppo
Oh my god.
So, Mins, you wanted to talk about something?
don't want to get put in the split.
Let's get that something
Are we
going.
transitioning into me already?
Yep.
Damn.
It's all you, buddy.
Topics.
Jeez, Brucey with the Empoleon. Alright. I mean, for me, right, one thing I wanted to talk about, because I was so hyped, because I woke up today, and as I do, I just sit in bed for like the next 2 hours.
Man, like,
Yeah, you already know, man.
I'm not even gonna lie, I did the same.
Yeah, for real. So I just look on my YouTube. I actually, for real, just like, it's like I always like refresh my YouTube feed all the time, hoping something new would come, and then I just see a bunch of these new MMORPG games coming out, and like I see a shit ton of things coming on.
Yes.
I mean, your morning was way better than mine. I
Shut
fell
up,
asleep watching a Onision documentary. I woke up and I watched another Onision documentary.
I swear to
He's a
God.
very interesting fella.
Guy, my,
Interesting.
my little
Onision.
sister, my
Or
little sister,
nonsense.
I was in the middle.
Oh,
of
that's that guy
talking.
in it. Oh yeah, I know. You.
Yeah.
I was in the middle of talking about that, right? And then my little sister just comes in saying, "I bought KFC." Like, oh wow.
Oof.
I'm like,
I'm not gonna lie. When
KFC's a shout, though. I'm not
when the
gonna lie,
KFC's been ordered, yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna be real. Like, I didn't
Got
even know she ordered it. I
reproductive
kind of just told her,
drops.
just, "Hey, move." Like, I think it was a bit rude. Let me quickly just message her saying thanks. But
I like, get the fuck out of my room, bro.
Alright then. Alright then.
but
As you were saying, keep
wait,
going.
let me quickly just message it. Thanks for the KFC. Lol.
Nah.
Alright,
Tell
there we
her
go.
Man really disturbed the podcast to say thanks for some KFC.
save for the chicken.
Alright,
Chickens.
but basically,
Okay.
I would wait. I kept refreshing my feed, waiting for these games to come out, right? And I see it. These games are looking fine, you know. But the thing is, they're coming out mid 2020. So I got me thinking, what are the games that are coming out in 2020? You know. Obviously, I know my games like Persona 5 The Royal. I can't wait for that game. That's coming out mid 2020. What other games are coming out though?
Was that DLC or was that a whole
No,
game?
that's a whole new game because it's changing like half the story. It's like
Cyberpunk's
a
coming out. My
Oh.
personal favorite that I'm looking forward to is Overwatch 2.
Yeah, Overwatch 2 is gonna be a banger.
Nah,
Overwatch
but
2 about to be a slapper, bro.
dude, fucking Cyberpunk got delayed, and I was, man, I was kind of
Again.
Yeah, no, I mean,
No, it's only
Nah,
been
nah,
delayed
it's-
once.
it's only yeah. That was like what,
That makes
a
it
couple
again.
weeks ago, wasn't it? Was it?
You know the first I didn't realize this, but the first teaser came out where
That was years.
But
ago.
they never came out with an announce date, and then they announced it it was April, right? And then now they've delayed it to September.
Yeah, but they pushed it back, right? But so many other games, when it's supposed to come out, like when Cyberpunk's supposed to come out, there's a bunch of other games I can't remember.
Yeah, the
That's
first
supposed to come
teaser
out
was
as well.
7 years ago.
For Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
The game's not going to be that good. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The game is not going to be 7 years good. It's just not.
I mean, I
Jeez.
think it's gonna
Yeah,
be
that-
quite. I think it's gonna be pretty good. You know, like they've been working on it for a long time. It's made by
Yeah, that's true as well.
it's made by the same people who made Witcher. Okay, Witcher 3. Like everyone hails it as like a god tier game. You know, so I
I'm
believe,
ready for that to be Watch Dogs 2. I'm ready for that to be Watch Dogs 2.
Apparently, people say Watch Dogs 2 is better than Watch Dogs 1.
I mean, I'm gonna be real.
I read that.
I mean, I played both games, and like Watch Dogs 1 got shit on, but I loved Watch Dogs 1. I loved the
Ah.
serious tone of it, and I played Watch Dogs 2. That shit was fun. You get me? Like that shit was really fun. But I still think Watch Dogs 1 was just better for story wise. Watch Dogs
I
2,
didn't play either.
Watch Dogs 2 was like
No.
it was
played
fun.
Watch
It
Dogs
was
for
fun. I
story.
liked the cast. They were a bit hip. You know, they're just a bit hip but cringe. You know.
My favorite.
Wait, did man just say hip?
Yeah. That's the way they described it. Like they
What a
just wanted.
boomer.
They wanted like
Literally.
hip. What did they say? They wanted hip. They didn't say millennials or whatever. They said like something about teenage. I don't know. Adolescents. I don't know what they were, but they wanted something like that.
The devs are like 75 years
Yeah,
old.
yeah. They just wanted to connect, you know. So they made these kind of hippie kind of guys, you know.
Dev's as old as Jin, bro.
I mean,
Hey,
I'm
shut
pretty
up,
sure,
man, that's not
Hippie is
funny.
like an offensive term, I
Pretty
swear.
sure Keanu Reeves was like a late add-on to like, you know.
For sure, man. For
I mean,
sure.
Yeah,
He's
like,
he's
what-
in that hype.
Nah. He's definitely a late
Yeah.
add-on, but for some reason, even though he's a late add-on, they're milking him, so that he apparently has the second most lines in the entire game.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know why.
Watch
Like,
this game, I think.
yeah, like people are just getting hyped, but then they delayed the film.
Yeah, but he
I
could
mean,
be
they
like, you know,
delayed the
in.
game, so no one's gonna care anymore. To be honest,
But I
like, no
think
one's
he
gonna
could
be like, oh,
like
God,
the
this
character
guy's
in.
Keanu Reeves.
No, I think he's gonna be like the character in Borderlands, like a super support character. You know that bloody robot in Borderlands? He's
Cutthroat.
always there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cutthroat.
I mean, that's what he kind of is. Because if I
Yeah, then
remember
it's alright. Like
correctly,
he may have a bit too many lines. The second most is not the worst. Like,
if I remember correctly, what he's supposed to be is he's just supposed to be like this ghost that haunts you or something. Like he's just because you know how like in Cyberpunk everyone's like, they got their own implants and shit, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
so he's supposed to be like, the main character's like, kinda tutorial, but like the guy that's
Spirit
kinda
animal,
him,
bruv.
or whatever.
Man said spirit.
oh, imagine having Keanu Reeves as your spirit animal. That's hard.
That sounds.
Yeah, but
What
have you
does that
seen the
even
actual?
mean?
Have you actually seen the model of Keanu Reeves in game? That does not look like him.
Does it?
Yeah,
What?
not
I
that
thought, I
bad.
thought it did.
In-game, I don't know
No,
in-game,
You
actually.
probably saw the cutscene.
Yeah, I
You
saw
know
the
when he
cutscene.
comes down and he's like, "Wake the fuck up, samurai." That's cool. But like when you actually see him in game, that is not Keanu Reeves. Okay, that is not.
Actually,
I mean,
need to
it
see
doesn't
that.
have to. He's just voice acting, right? He's not playing Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
playing a
but
character.
Yeah, but like they put on
No, but the character
Keanu
is
Reeves.
Keanu
Yeah,
Reeves,
the
right?
character
That's
is
his-
straight up
that's his face.
Keanu Reeves.
I don't know, man. To be honest, I just think the game. You know what's happened? They've hyped it up so much that there's no way it's going to be as good as they're making it.
Yeah.
There's no way.
It
And
might
plus,
pull
that
an
game's gonna
Anthem.
come
I
out
don't
on.
want it to pull an Anthem, but it might do.
That game's being that game's going to be released on previous gen consoles as well.
Is it?
And there's only so much a previous gen console can do.
You mean
And I
previous?
don't think.
You mean previous just as our current?
Yeah, current gen. Sorry, current gen consoles. Because by then, so by the end of this year,
I mean-
the next gen consoles will be either announced or released. And so that should have been really what they should have done is waited until the next gen consoles come out and then put it on there.
I mean, it's
But-
still coming on PC. That's the thing.
Yeah, but then again, like every game is best on PC.
When is
better.
Yeah, but like when PC is
next
really
gen coming out.
done, they just need to do what GTA 5 did, you know?
Oh, they could do that. PC, next gen consoles. So the Xbox is the end of this year, early next year, right? They said holidays. Or that was
Ah.
that PS5. PS5 said holidays 2020. So
Yeah.
so that's like
alright, innit?
just in time for Christmas. And I think if you're gonna delay a game till September, you can delay a game until December and just do it all at once. Because then they'll get more sales in like bundles and shit. Like, oh, buy a PlayStation 5 with
That is
Cyberpunk
true.
for like £350.
Maybe.
That just
that's
sounds like
true.
a better idea, right? Than because no one likes going out and paying
Especially the
50,
Christmas
£60 for a game. Like, it's just
Christmas
annoying.
noobs.
I don't think it's
Christmas
like
news.
the current like big business model, especially how like now it's like free to play games are the big ones, you know.
Yo,
Yeah, exactly.
all
No
I,
one wants to spend £60
all I gotta
on
say, man, is these chips are cold, man, and
a video game. That's KFC for you, bro. What did
That's
you
KFC.
expect?
nah.
bruv.
Apparently, it's not even. I listen. I ain't trying to bash the brand or thing. They could be future sponsors and shit. You know, like.
No, they're not being
Yeah.
future sponsored. I worked at
Oh,
KFC,
God.
fam. I worked at KFC. Nah,
Nah,
listen,
nah,
yeah,
but
listen.
Hey, listen.
That shit's trash.
Hey, listen.
That shit's
So,
trash.
I said thanks for the KFC lol, and then she's like, I bought it around 3, and you're only having it now. I'm like, I didn't even hear about it till now. So what am I supposed to do? How am I
Man, it's
how am I getting
7:30,
to be
bro.
blamed?
Bro, it's
How am I
7:30, fam.
How am I supposed to be blamed for that? Like no one said anything to me.
10:15, but
This is what happens when you don't leave your room.
I left my room in the morning, man.
forget about Cyberpunk, fam.
Wow.
Halo Infinite is gonna come out.
Nah,
Okay, on
I,
to the next topic.
I'm not.
Halo fell off, bro. Halo fell off.
I ain't never
sorry.
thinking of the next Halo, you know.
Halo
Bruv,
fell off,
You
bro.
know, capping, bro. Halo is a banging game. Fam.
Halo fell off
I
after
thought
like
Halo was a
played
banging
every-
game. I played that on PC. Worst game I've ever played in
I've
my
played
life.
Halo
Whack.
religiously.
See,
This guy,
Simi's
this
got
guy,
an
he only played one.
overwhelmingly negative
He played
on
one.
like. I don't think it's
Yeah,
that
but
bad. I thought it was quite fun.
The thing is, right? Like,
But
me and Simi actually went through and we played what was it? Gears 4, wasn't it?
Whack.
That's
Yeah.
the worst one. That's the
What?
worst.
Gears as a whole, as a series, is just trash. I'm sorry, it's
I'm
just
not-
trash.
I'm gonna be real.
I'm going off.
I didn't like. I'm someone
You
who
guys
actually
next
like
week.
fully came on from 360, Xbox One, the original Xbox, everything like that. But I did not like Gears at all through my entire time of playing on Xbox.
Oh my days! How can you be an Xbox Donny and not like Gears? That's
I just straight up didn't like Gears. I just think
that's
that
like
shit was not fun.
Because Gears isn't a good game.
Gears is a
Xbox
banging
just
game.
tries to force it down your throat because they know that it's a
No,
shit game and it's the
it's
only
it's an
exclusive
game,
title they have.
Nah, but
Decent exclusive.
I mean, Halo, I actually liked for Halo Reach, Halo 3.
Halo Reach was good,
See,
Halo
I'll tell you the difference
Combat
because I
Evolved
thought
was
Halo
good.
Reach wasn't that good.
Nah, I love Halo.
but
Reach.
I feel like
Halo 3,
Halo's
Halo 4 was
like
way better.
Halo's multiplayer is just kind
Halo
of slow.
Nah,
To be
but
honest.
to be honest, I never cared about the exclusives on Xbox. I only ever cared about the exclusives on PlayStation, man. The exclusives on PlayStation actually
What?
just killed it.
I can't
They're
believe
way better, man. Why are you
Yeah.
saying
Can't
what?
believe
They're
you said
just
that.
better. Like,
Yo,
they're actually just.
yo.
If you can look at me in my eyes and tell
Asbo.
me Killzone is good, I'm gonna punch you.
No. Okay,
Bruv,
okay.
no one's out here defending
PlayStation-
Killzone, bro.
PlayStation had shit like fucking Gravity Rush, and that Gravity Rush is like
But the
Ooh.
only one I can give you is Uncharted. Uncharted.
Uncharted.
The
that's
Last
another
of
one
Us,
good as well.
please.
Yeah,
Well,
Last
I
of
didn't have
Us.
PS4. I just played like a few of them.
Even the
I
horror
played
game.
Killzone, I played Uncharted.
That was that
Well,
horror
Outlast.
game that came out in no,
Oh,
like 2016. Until
PT or
Dawn.
something.
No,
Oh,
Until Dawn. PT was good as well, but Until Dawn.
Until Dawn. Yeah, that's a banger.
That's a banger
That's a
game,
banger.
man.
Yeah. Wait. That was PlayStation exclusive?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
only
don't know
PlayStation.
Until Dawn was PlayStation exclusive.
I mean, I've never seen it anywhere else. You know, it's only on PlayStation.
I was unaware that Until Dawn.
Man, I know you can't get an Xbox.
Then it's probably a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah, there was a lot of PlayStation exclusive games that I
Yes,
like,
PlayStation
especially because
exclusive.
PlayStation was like, it's Japanese, so it's obviously there's tons of Japanese games there as well. So like a lot of the, I guess a lot of the fucking weirder type of games on there as well, especially like.
All the shit SAO games are on there as well.
I mean, SAO
Fuck,
on
dude.
Xbox as well, but.
I swear, no, I swear one of them was like PlayStation exclusive.
I don't know, probably, but no, like obviously, I love the company Atlas. Atlas like is the people who made Persona and shit, and they have like a before, because right now, like every single Atlas game is on PlayStation.
I've never heard of Atlas.
So,
Atlas is like a really big Japanese
is it?
company,
Is it? Oh yeah, there you go.
and they're the
Really
people who
big
made
what
like
game?
Persona, you know. So like all of these good games are on.
Oh, okay. I
PlayStation,
see.
and then the other half is like on DS, like Nintendo shit, you know.
It's Weeaboo games.
I mean, Weeaboo
Aye.
games are like the biggest thing for PlayStation, you know.
Are they?
Sunset
Yeah.
Overdrive. If you guys ever played that.
Oh, Sunset
Xbox
Overdrive's a
exclusive
banger.
game.
That's a banger game. That's probably
Xbox
one of the
exclusive
best
game.
Xbox exclusive games I've ever played.
But is that even Xbox exclusive? Because that shit came out on PC. And we're not counting games that go to PC.
That's still an Xbox exclusive because it was an Xbox exclusive for how many years? But on the Windows 10, it's not on like actual fully on just PC like Steam and all that other shit. It's actually on like Windows 10. Oh shit! If I'm
they're not
quiet,
saying that you're too quiet.
then I'll put
So-
this a little bit. There we go.
Yeah.
Nah, but
Nice.
I'm saying like I'd say if a game is on Xbox Game Pass on that Windows 10 store, it's still an Xbox exclusive. Because it's not on Steam or anything.
It depends. I don't know. I don't know.
Bro, I'm
And that
looking
was
at-
alright. Remember when DLC used to come out first on like
Xbox.
Xbox, yeah.
But for
That's-
Black Ops 4, it was first on PS4. They switched.
Yeah. And that's
Oh,
when
yeah.
Call of Duty
Call of Duty
came
back
back up again. That's when the rebound
Pagans,
happened.
bruv.
No, don't pagans. That was better because no one bought Xbox Ones in comparison
That's
to
what I'm saying.
PlayStation 4s.
This is pagans, bruv.
How was that
Yeah,
pagan?
even
Xbox One was trash. I'm sorry, dude. That...
No,
I
Xbox
mean,
One is
honestly,
better, bruv.
something
Xbox
that
One is
something
better.
that
big
annoyed,
ass console.
something that
bro.
annoyed me as well, because way back I played a shit ton of Destiny as well, and I played on Xbox. But the thing is, all the exclusive stuff that was on PlayStation for an entire year before it got to Xbox.
See, that's what COD should have done. No DLC for a year. Next game can come out. Alright, you can have your DLC Xbox. Because no one was playing Xbox Pro. No, Pro was
Bruv,
played on PlayStation
Okay,
anyway.
okay, listen, yeah. Okay, look at all these like.
Nah, a
the
lot, a
bruv,
lot,
so,
a lot.
but the thing is,
of
there's
pros
so
will play
many
Xbox.
communities died at the same time, bruv. Like
No,
Okay,
they didn't die at the same time. They died
Snipe-
after. They
sniping-
died.
Sniping community died.
They
When-
died
when
with
they
next gen
made the switch-
consoles, dude. As soon as
Okay,
PlayStation
died,
4 and Xbox One came out, sniping died. Like,
no, because people came back for
Yeah.
World War II, but like a
Who
lot of people
came back for World War
who came back
II?
for World War II
Me,
other than
bruv.
you?
Bruv, Sprat and Pomage, them man were on it.
Oh shit!
Them man have been
Mars.
on it every game anyway, bro. They'll find a way to
Nah.
snipe, bro.
There was one game they didn't play as much. I think it was BO3, but like it was dead. They didn't like it as much.
But BO3 you couldn't. Like,
BO3,
BO3 wasn't.
Nah,
It's
they
really
were
hard,
for
though.
BS3. BO3 was good. I know they like BO3. I can remember.
Might have been Black Ops 4, honestly. Sniping
oh
on Black
my
Ops 4
goodness.
wasn't fun.
Or Infinite Warfare.
Probably that. Actually.
But about everyone left the Infinite Warfare, so that doesn't count.
Yeah.
Oh,
I still blame Infinite Warfare for the fact that Call of Duty isn't one of
The biggest.
the biggest.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie, the last fun Call of Duty game though I still had was just Advanced Warfare. Like, no matter what anyone says on it, I think honestly I had so much fun with that movement system, and then it got so boring
Bruh,
with
I
every
can't
other
believe you
game.
guys like AW. That's like the most.
AW
thing
was
I've heard.
fun, man.
I've
AW
heard.
was fun.
It was fun.
Since-
That was real fun.
It was
AW
enjoyable.
Was trash.
It had good
AW was
movement.
trash.
I loved it, but I
It
think
was
It
refreshing.
had good movement, bro.
It was refreshing.
AW.
Yeah.
I liked AW.
Yes, it did.
But the
Even,
thing-
bruv, you could jump in midair. Like that's like
Yes.
basically double jump.
Yeah.
That's so gay, bro.
yeah,
That's
and
cool.
you had them
Look,
straight
this is
from the
coming
side
from
to
a
side.
Halo fanboy.
I lie, man. Donnie's by flying through the sky, but you can't even aim up and
It's
kill
co-
them
it's
because
not- it's coming from a-
sensitivity is
it's coming
capped
from a
to like
sniper.
fucking 0.5, bro.
You're gonna have
Coming
to
from a
pick one.
sniper.
The reason snipers didn't like Advanced Warfare is because they were pissed that people would jump through their scopes, man. Stop this childishness, man. That game was fun, and it was built to be fun. That shit had basketball in it,
that
man.
Was, yeah, that shit was only fun. That was only.
And that was in Pro. They put
Bro.
Uplink in Pro.
bro. That game was only.
a
That was
good
only
game.
good vibes. It was actually only good vibes.
Exactly. And then Advanced Infinite Warfare came and were like, oh, we'll do that too. Nah,
Yeah,
stop.
they ruined it. Nah, I'm not gonna lie
They
though.
ruined it.
Best
You're ruining
movement-
it.
I
Best
didn't mind
movement-
Infinite Warfare.
Best
I did
FPS.
it.
Okay, now you're just not making any sense though. Because how can you have not minded Infinite Warfare but
mind
disliked
Infinite Warfare.
Advanced Warfare?
But I didn't like Advanced Warfare. I couldn't snipe on it. Like saved my life.
Advanced
no,
Warfare.
alright.
Advanced Warfare was the best for sniping. What
Yeah,
the
so
hell?
like
No.
what was it? It was like long. It was like a long. What is it?
Moors was the Moors.
The
Moors,
Moors,
yeah.
and it had that specific variant. I think it was the Silver Bullet.
But guess what? That was it.
Nah, the Moors
No,
was
no, there
good.
was a bunch of shit.
That was the other one as well. That
There
was
was
good.
the Atlas.
I can't even name another
Atlas,
sniper.
The big
Um,
one.
Atlas. Yeah, Atlas was good.
The hell was the
Yeah.
Atlas? The one that looked like a
Maybe-
rocket launcher. Is that what you're talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a one shot. Nah,
Bruh.
there was a bunch. I remember back
That
in the
gun had, like,
day. I remember back in the
one
day,
bullet,
me
bro.
and me
They
and
had to
Mickey,
reload.
me and Mickey would have like fucking 1v1s on Advanced Warfare on over Xbox. That shit was fucking fun. We'd only use like snipers as well.
I'm not
If
gonna lie,
anything, that game was built for trick shotting, bruv. Do you know how much elements there is that you can do
Yeah.
with that? They had that. You had the double jumping, and then they had the extra ability thing as well. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Like you could either hover in the air, or you could like. There was a bunch of abilities that you could do. as part of your
Yeah.
perks loadout, I think. And then there was like because you could double jump, you could add the extra element in there as well.
Actually, so good.
Yeah, I think Amir, what we've just discovered here
No.
is Amir is
No.
just chatting
The
cat.
thing,
Nah,
the
but-
thing is, yeah, I know what it is because you man said dumb shit like Modern Warfare 1 was better than Modern Warfare Black Ops 2. Like that's what it is.
No, no, no,
Yeah,
because I
yeah,
think
like that.
Black Ops 2. So for me, it goes Advanced Warfare then Black Ops 2.
Like nah.
Hold up, what?
Yeah, for like all
Black-
time.
Black Ops
All-time
2
favorites.
Black
upstairs.
Ops 2.
But I've
always
only
been my
played
favorite
Miles
COD,
ahead,
no
bro.
lie.
Miles ahead. Miles
I
ahead.
think Black
Actually,
Ops,
no, MW3 is my favorite.
Black Ops 2,
MW3 is
Ugh,
Black Ops
3.
1.
and not even
MW3.
MW3.
I don't play
My
MW3.
heart.
Nah,
I started in MW3.
nah,
I started playing
nah.
Call of Duty in MW3. Well, actually, I played World at War, but that doesn't.
Bro, I got nightmares from World at War. I can't lie. You know?
World at War.
Nah, but like, Black Ops 2 was my all-time. Like that was like my peak favorite and like Call of Duty. That was a game I played shit ton. Black Ops 1, the intro will always be in my head, bro. Like you're on that chair and then you start playing. That shit's fucking sick. Bro.
Oh yeah. And you
Yeah.
can press
How can
L2 and R2 to break out.
Yeah, you got the little
How can
mini
you beat
games.
Activision over Treyarch? Like, bruh. That's
Activision owns all of them.
Oh, no,
See,
Infinity
this-
Ward. Infinity
See,
Ward,
this
that's
is
what I
this
meant,
is how I
that's
know
what
that
I
it's just
meant.
cap coming out of your mouth. Bro. It's just cap coming out of your mouth.
Infinity Ward. Infinity
Constant
Ward.
cappery, bro.
The only thing I'd give Infinity Ward over Treyarch is their story mode. Like campaign was sick.
Yo, story is actually
Like,
like
MW
hella
was
underrated.
campaign was so good.
Wait, what's
Yeah,
the
I
game
mean-
right now? It's Modern Warfare, right?
Yeah, just Modern Warfare.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's just a
Like,
retelling.
so good, bro. When Captain Price, top tier Donny.
He really is.
Nah,
He's actually
but
a top tier Donny.
now you know how like Advanced Warfare had like a pretty good movement, but my favorite movement in all games though probably still goes to Titanfall 2. That shit is like,
Yes.
if you've ever played Titanfall 2,
See, I played Titanfall 1. I didn't play Titanfall
yeah,
2.
but it's basically the same.
Titanfall
I've
was
always
so
wanted to play
fun,
Titanfall. That's like the only
Titanfall-
Xbox exclusive.
Titanfall is it Xbox?
It's not even an
Yeah.
Xbox exclusive anymore.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
the
the
first
thing
one
is,
was
I'm
though.
Yeah, the
I'm-
first one was. First one was. Yeah.
I'm really
Yeah.
sad that the game
Banger.
died, but
The
like
COD
at the
killer.
same time, it's kind of just become Apex Legends, but like the movement is like dumbed down a bit. But the thing is,
Yeah.
with
I think that's good
Titanfall,
movement though.
no, because obviously it comes from Titanfall.
It's the
just a
same
bit dumbed down.
engine.
Yeah.
Mm.
I
It's
forgot the
just-
engine's called.
The thing is, right?
Unreal.
Titanfall 2,
Yeah, and,
the movement speed, you can go so fast
Yeah.
with what you could do. Like like Pathfinder's hook. That was like one of the little abilities you can use as well. And that shit like
Yeah.
sped you up so
Bruv,
fucking much.
People used to like hop out the Titan when the Titans explode. You eject and you go bare high.
Oh
and
my
then you
yeah.
Use that speed and then Pathfinder grapple one and just zoom past.
Dude.
That. You literally fly across the whole map.
Dude, I'd never go into my Titan unless I'm doing a tactical nuke.
yeah, everyone.
Yeah.
I heard like not that many people went into Titans. They just prefer to be the
Yeah, because you can,
Operator.
operator.
especially if you
Yeah,
go
yeah.
into a Titan, bro. The amount of times you could just get sped on, someone could be attacking you from the back and kill you, because they can
Yeah.
grab onto it and kill you for that.
Bruv, playing Titanfall when there was someone in the Titan and you just like you hop on them and you just destroy them. It's so
Yeah, it's so fun.
You
But the
hop
thing
on,
is,
you just shoot their like engine thing.
the thing is, right?
Titanfall's a banging game.
They made it so like even if you're getting killed by that person, right? It's still fun because you get to eject. Like you see your character
Yeah.
like pressing buttons like so many times just to eject. You eject and you're straight up in the sky, especially when you do the tactical nuke and then everyone's just trying to attack you. They just die, you know.
Did you hear Fortnite is getting a new engine?
What?
Yeah, that's pretty
New
cool.
physics engine, yeah. So basically, they haven't had any pro tournaments this season, which is weird because it's Fortnite, and they haven't announced any for next season and they've delayed next season because they want to implement the new physics engine, and you can't throw players into a pro scene without them getting used to a physics engine, especially because Epic Games doesn't know how to run a proper esport. They just sort of fuck with their pros and tell them, oh,
Yeah.
you're going to qualify for a World Cup that's going to take place 3 seasons from now in a completely different patch, so you might not even be good. But that's okay because we're Epic Games and we have money. That's,
Oh,
that's sort of what they've
basically.
done.
Wait, so they're changing it into some sort of like that. Wait, it says like a chaos engine or something. Where the fuck that is? But destructible
engine.
structures.
So I don't know how it's gonna change the game,
So
and
it's-
if anything, I assume they don't want to
Have
change
they
it too
teased
much.
anything?
No, not that I know of. But it hopefully makes the game better because the game had two things that I hated most about it. That was the audio engine, which I don't think they ever plan on changing because it's just shit.
It's the
And
worst.
and the physics engine wasn't great. Like if you actually think about it, the way your player would drop, the way that the even just the way that the structures were built and stuff like that was just fucking trash, dude. Your
Mhm.
player would like accelerate downwards, sort of, but then it wouldn't, and so it'd feel like you're taking a lot of impact when you would fall, but you weren't actually taking a lot of impact, which is
Yeah.
really frustrating. And it meant that you couldn't tell whether you were going to take full damage or not when you were dropping from a decent height, unless you like sort of knew the measurements and stuff like that. I don't know. Hopefully, it makes the game better, and hopefully they decide to take the game out of beta. Fucking trash.
It's still in
company,
beta?
isn't it? Yeah.
What?
They came out with Fortnite 2 and they still didn't release it on fucking beta, dude.
I thought the game fully released, though.
Mm,
Nah, it
Nah.
should have. Fortnite 2, they should have. But
yeah. I think they are definitely using it as an excuse. Which is annoying, but
say no more.
Tony
Say no
saying,
more,
"Alright, pull
Tony.
up, bro."
What's up? What's up
pull
with
up,
it?
man saying, pull up on a Fortnite
What's
map.
up? What's up with it, bro?
Yeah.
Nah, but
That is-
I was looking
No,
at
go on, man.
I was looking a bit of the new engine, right? And I'm not gonna lie, the engine just kind of reminds me of like the whole destruction thing. Just kind of reminds you of Siege. So like, if they're trying to pull like a Siege, but like more open, because the way people are playing for that is like they like have holes. Like they build a structure, they have little holes in it, and then they fucking shoot. You know?
That's
What?
already in. That's in Fortnite.
Yeah.
So basically, now the one thing that they found out, or I think it was Myth posted it on Twitter. You know the wooden ramps?
You can shoot for 'em.
You can shoot through them if you like actually aim it between the little wooden logs, which is pretty
Oh, is it?
interesting. Yeah. But you've got to aim between it, so it's kind of hard. You probably couldn't do it from range, like shooting inwards, but you could definitely shoot outwards.
That's busted.
No, but like it kind of is, it kind of isn't
Yeah,
because
but
it's
I don't
it's
think that's
harder to
intended
use.
though, is it?
yeah.
It is
It
probably.
is probably intended because there's no
Oh, you
reason.
could mess that up. Yeah.
Yeah, and that wasn't in the game beforehand. Like we tried it and you couldn't do it.
Oh yeah.
So they added that in, and to be honest, it's probably a good change. It makes you actually consider using
Oh,
other.
what about brick and
materials.
stuff like that?
Well, brick has gaps in it. Metal doesn't have gaps in it.
I mean, all I'm thinking is just they're probably gonna be able to like you're probably gonna be able to shoot through the thing, like make your own hole for any of the
Yeah, that's the thing
buildings.
though. That kind of like takes away
Mm.
at editing though, innit? Like, because that's what people used to edit for, to make holes to shoot through.
No, but you don't realize how hard it is.
Yeah, the amount that you can aim through, aim outwards, like where you want to shoot through that gap. It's not worth.
Ah, okay.
It's just not worth the effort. But it's just one of those things that you can do, which sort of shows that they're actually working on how the physics of or they're sort of experimenting with how the building is going to be.
Bro,
in
I
the
can't
future.
even lie. Fortnite sucks.
It really
You
do.
know what, yeah, you know what? I enjoyed it when I did play it, but it,
It saddens me to say that I too enjoyed it.
but I don't know what it was about Fortnite that just made it so hard. Because the thing is, the skill cap was so low that everyone that played the game for like a long enough time just got very, very good. Like
Yeah.
so if you actually wanted to grind and then like crank 90s in playground mode or whatever the fuck, you could like very quickly become like a not what's the one before the top league? I think Amir, you were in it.
There's divisions in it, Division 7.
Yeah. The division that you were in,
Yeah.
like if you wanted to if you put the effort in, you could get there pretty quickly. It's just like because there's Bloom because of Bloom. Is it Bloom? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you didn't have to necessarily work on aim that hard. It's not like other FPSs where you have to like work on your accuracy. That's not one of them. So really, the only thing that it took was like knowing rotations and just knowing how to build and multitask very effectively.
Man.
And at the top, like, and then all of those people would just play normal mode. So now it's like you can't. So for a period of time, everyone could reach that, and now it's like you almost can't because every time you go into a game, you're just gonna lose.
Yeah. I mean, Fortnite just got boring for me when everyone started building. Like before the whole like building thing was big, it was really fun.
Because you
I
would
guess-
only build when you had to.
Yeah, like
that-
ramps.
Yeah, and now you only shoot when you have to, which is kind of funny. Like,
I mean, then again, it's the whole game's identity. What can you do?
yeah, I don't blame the game. I blame Epic, kinda, but and also the community is
Yeah,
kind of trash. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Bro, they
cringe, bro.
introduced turbo building. Turbo building never used to be a thing.
Type of building's been a thing. What?
Nah, it was introduced in like
Season 1. I swear it's when you hold down the button, it just builds.
yeah, that's a
it never used
PC.
to
That was
be like that though.
always a PC thing, dude. This is how I knew the skill cap was kind of low when you saw that Xbox players were competing equally with with PC players, and they're only like, and they have these arguments back and forth, and it's like you guys are so stupid. Like honestly, this is just so like arguing over which one is better or not just sort of doesn't make sense in Fortnite because yeah they have like console players have aim assist, but they also like
We like
it's not like aim assist is that big of a deal in a game where like bloom is a thing.
Yeah,
Like,
and building is big.
yeah, like
I think it's quite equal, to be honest.
yeah.
I'm sure you can get lazy by console player, but still.
And there's also the element like once you have the paddles like on the back of your controller, like the scuff controller, you're basically as good. You basically have all the tools that a PC player needs to build,
wow.
other than the aid of a mouse. Well, to be honest, on PC, like when it comes to FPS games and stuff like that, none of them are pay to win because obviously you got the skill element, but there's always going to be the fact that if you've got a better PC, you're going to have better performance, and that's always going to help you. Believe it or not, playing on 20 FPS is not going to be the optimum way to play a game. Like,
It's not that intensive anyway on your specs. It's not
Yeah.
that spec heavy, to be honest.
exactly, game is not that hard to run.
I feel that's also like a big thing with how big a game gets. If it's easy to run, then you know.
It's
Yeah,
more open to a lot of other people that can, they don't have. Like some people can't even get a console, but they have like a really shitty PC, and if they can play something on that kind of shitty PC, like on like the lowest
Yeah.
graphics,
Yeah.
obviously it opens up to a lot more people as well. So that's what makes it a lot more popular. Because Fortnite, you're actually able to play on the lower settings, and because of there's a YouTube I always watch. Like he's a budget PC gamer. Low spec gamer. That's it. He even made Fortnite even lower than the low settings. It's actually insane how low it can get. But you can actually play it on any sort of PC. Any of the lowest sort of PCs, you can actually play it and you can enjoy the game and shit.
Yeah, it's a big thing. Plus, it's available literally everything now anyway.
exactly. It's literally just accessibility and those are the two things,
It's-
and then obviously pro scene
Shit, like
are the things that make.
I
the
was
game.
literally playing this shit on my Switch, man. Like I seen my little brother play it on his fucking phone.
Yeah, like if your game is accessible and it's got a community that people actually want to be a part of, and you've got a pro scene to give people like sort of an aspiration or something to like look up to or watch.
Yeah.
So it's because that a pro scene gives your game content as well, like consistent content, which is like the only thing that's keeping Overwatch sort of alive at this point.
Yeah.
Pro scene, right?
Nah.
Almost the same with Call of Duty. Call of Duty is getting to that point. But then, like, Call of Duty sort of killed their pro because Activision don't know how to run a pro scene either. Like,
I always thought that I don't know, maybe because I was a sniper, but for Call of Duty, I always thought the sniper, like the clan like phase, and them were always more popular than the pro scene.
that's the community aspect.
That's your
Yeah, the community was.
That's the community aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I was part of that community more so, and maybe
Yeah,
that's
yeah. But you don't realize how big pro COD was. Like, back in the Nade Shot Scump days.
actually,
like,
yeah. Now that I think about it, yeah.
I feel like
That
that
was-
shit
that's-
kind
that
of
was
shaped
actually,
esports as it
yeah.
is, though.
I remember Nature's days.
Nade Shot days were crazy. And then, but that's the thing. Esports is such a big thing. And it's like, it can single handedly carry your game. And which is, it's doing that with CSGO at the moment. Because CSGO's community is pretty slowly dying. And people don't want to admit it because CSGO.
It's like a legendary game, quote unquote.
Yeah, but like that game is dying. Same with Overwatch. the game needs like if that game didn't have a pro scene, and that's the thing. If these games didn't have a pro scene, no one would be watching or no one would be playing.
What in
Yeah.
Overwatch?
Yeah, no one would be no one would be playing Overwatch if it didn't have a pro scene.
I don't know.
Because
Guys,
I
no
played
one's out
Overwatch.
here no one's out here making Overwatch videos.
I
If you think about it.
actually,
Oh, actually,
yes.
oh,
You
I've seen a couple of Overwatch videos.
Nah, I've seen
Fine,
a
like,
couple,
everyone
but
makes
like
it.
a
anymore,
lot,
not
a lot of the
anymore.
big people that
Okay,
played
fair.
Overwatch left after like season 5, maybe I'd say tops, because the game got really, really boring, man. Like for me, I left after season 1. Like when the second season 2 started, I was out. And,
I
like,
left at like season 5.
Yeah, exactly. Season 5. That was
I
like
don't know.
that's what I said. Like that's probably like the
But
drop max.
And like you can easily compare it to other games where it's not the pro scene carrying it. So you got like games
I think that was more of a
like
casual.
League's. It's not like pro scene is the only reason League still goes on. Just that pro scene happens to be a very big part of League.
I mean,
Apex Legends.
Apex Legends. Apex Legends has an almost non-existent pro circuit, and yet people still
Yeah.
play and watch it.
Soon come.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
They've
like with
been saying that
Overwatch.
for, like,
They've been saying that for too long, man.
I'm talking about me. I'm gonna be in the pro scene.
Gonna build it himself.
the amount you hide, you might as well, bro.
I mean,
Yeah.
the amount like with Overwatch though, like I'm gonna still stand by what I say, but the only thing that's carrying Overwatch is just the characters, man. You know, like I'm saying in different type of medias and forms. You know, like the characters, they're kind of cute. You know,
Stop
gonna
this,
lie.
man. Stop this. This is a niche community. That's not carrying, bro.
Yeah, that is not carrying.
That's
Nah,
not
all I'm
carrying.
saying-
That's
all
just,
I'm
that's just
saying-
you.
nah, all
No,
I'm
that's just
saying
you.
is
What
like
talking about,
the
bro?
only reason I'm ever interested in Overwatch is so I can see more of Diva. You know, or like
That's just
or
you, man.
Rush.
Hey, stop this, bro.
Bro, I
Hey,
can't even lie.
Next
Best,
segment.
best girl
next
May May,
segment, bro.
bro.
I
Best
go.
girl
I.
May May, bro.
Oh my lord. I.
May kind of thick though.
Next
May,
segment.
May actually real thick though.
Thick.
Oh my god. You're talking about 2D characters, bro. 2D
Love.
characters.
I
So let's talk about 3D things.
Shut up, Yazan. You have a fucking anime picture, man.
Bro, exactly. This guy knows, bro. See, come here.
Everyone in this call has an anime picture.
Yeah, but you have
Everyone
Sasuke, so
in
you have Sasuke, so it makes it worse, man.
That's me in my profile picture. So
Silly
you're
eye.
on
Alright,
your own.
let's
You're
talk
on
some.
your own.
Yeah, see, look, so, you man are simps for pixels.
Bro, I don't
I-
care,
Simps
bro.
for pixels, fam.
Yeah,
Nah,
I'm
nah,
a
nah.
simp.
Imagine
for
simping
fucking-
for
Having-
pixels,
having
bro.
females, you guys are gay, bro.
Alright,
You know
listen,
what I mean?
listen. Nino is not just a female, okay?
No one cares.
I know, man. No one cares. Alright, films and actors.
What the hell,
We were
man?
having this discussion
Bro,
yesterday.
bro, run it back, bro. Run
Yeah,
it
what
back.
the
hell?
Run it back. Hey, run
We
it
were
back.
having this discussion yesterday.
What
Favorite
do you
films.
want to run it back on there, huh?
I like it, bro.
No, run it back to 2D characters.
You want to run it back to
Run it back
2D characters.
Because
You
you,
want- you
man
wanna-
are clown,
you wanna
man are
give-
clowning all these 2D characters, but spend like £700 on League. So it's like, oh, correlation.
I haven't played
Whoa,
some of
whoa,
them.
whoa.
Fans on
I-
League. And
I'm-
also, mine is
mean,
more of a gambling thing.
Asbo, are you really? Are you trying to back me up or hurt me, man? Because you're the one who just said you're spending
No,
£700.
but
That's
it's
me.
clown- it's
You're
clown.
talking
I'm
to me.
talking about Yazan. I'm talking about Yazan, bro. He's clowning, but he's
Mine is
spending money
okay.
on-
If you actually look at where most of mine is spent, it's almost all on chests.
Doesn't matter, but it's all
So-
cosmetics in the end, innit? So what do you get out of the
Yeah,
chest?
but I don't buy stuff anymore. It's not like
Well,
people
well,
change,
it doesn't
bro.
matter anymore. It doesn't matter anymore.
No, people
This-
change. That's
this
not
is-
an
this is
accurate
about being
representation
bad.
of who I was.
It's about
Hey,
being
listen,
cold, bro.
listen. Stop this cappery. Stop this cappery. We don't care.
Alright, guys.
Own
I'm
every-
just gonna.
own
I'm
every
gonna.
Akali skin.
I do own every Akali skin. I do. But that's because now that once you have 10 out of 10, you don't really want to have 10 out of 11. It's sort of,
Bro.
it's like a
Welcome
collection.
to Simp Nation, bro.
How's that Simp Nation? I'm not gonna
Nation.
simp for Akali, bro. You don't see me playing her every game.
Ayo,
Simp Nation.
I'm gonna have to
Let's
put
go.
that on though. Like people change, you know.
That's on Capri, son.
For real, bro.
I'm about to say that like people change, you know, and like I've changed my ways. Like
I stop this, man.
spending-
Nah, you definitely
I-
simp for pixels, bro. You
like,
spend so much on League.
I
You're out here
listen,
simping for
I,
Nino.
I ain't say that I ain't simp for pixels. I simp hard for Nino, but like I'm changing my ways, you know. For like League, I ain't spending no much money on League anymore. I'm getting the passes, but I ain't spending money on the skins.
Bruv, you simp for a character that is part of quintuplets, a part of a group of quintuplets, and then you pit her against the other quintuplets. Bruv, they're
Bro,
sisters.
what are you talking about, bro?
Bruv, they're,
About, bro?
they're actually quintuplets. Like they're
I'm
all
not
the
talking
same
about
character.
Nino. I'm talking about Miku, bro. Miku, best girl.
No one
bro.
knows who these
How-
people
Did you
are.
say Ichigo was
No,
best girl?
fam, People gonna know, bro.
I don't even know who that is.
I
lie,
thought you
bro.
said you liked it.
You guys don't know, huh?
I don't want to know.
Each guy top tier, but Miku best girl.
Oh, you can't wait for season 2 then, man.
See, this
Bruv,
is why.
season two's
This
gonna
is
be a banger, bro.
Season 2 is Nino season. That's all I'm saying, man.
No, I
Just
refuse.
just you wait. Just you wait. If you even say that you start liking Nino, bro, I'm actually going to your house and beating the shit out of you, man.
Jesus Christ, bro.
he's like. Can we just say that he's not actually going to do
No,
that?
man, I know
No,
where this
no,
guy lives. He's literally lives like 10 minutes away from
Can
you
you-
walking
He
distance.
might.
Like, can we
Someone.
actually
If-
not
if
say
Nino's
that
not-
on
if
stream,
Nino's not
please?
doing her thing, yeah, in season 2, I'm coming to your house, means I'm burning it down, bro. Burning it down to the ground, bro.
Simps.
Bro.
That's all I'm
Actually,
saying.
simps. Like, you guys are
Come on.
actually simping so hard that you want to
You
burn someone's
You're gonna
house
have
down.
you're gonna have a wallpaper of Nino. I'm just gonna go punch straight through it, bro. Zoom, right? You don't even know, bro. Big hole in
Bro,
your
before
monitor.
you could even do that, man, I'd actually just jump between. I'd protect that with my
No.
life, man. I'd fucking
Bro,
kill
yo,
you.
Fuck this, bro. I know where you live, bro. I'm
I'd
coming
kill
right
you.
now,
I'd kill
bro.
you in
One
game.
second,
I'd
I'll
kill
see
you in
in 10
game.
minutes, bro.
1v1 Mundo pit, guys. I ain't saying real life. We ain't
So
trying to
wait,
get banned out.
alright, hold on. So you're telling me that you're simping so hard for a group of pixels, you're willing to kill someone for a
Kill
for,
someone, bro.
for a group of
Burn
pixels.
down his house,
That
bro.
is a group of pixels that is part of a 5 quintuplets.
Alright,
You-
listen.
Listen, stop.
Shut
The
up,
fact that
man.
you have a
Zan,
preference
shut up, bro.
is weird.
Bro, you like Sakura, bro. That's probably
Alright, on God.
But
God.
for real, bro. For
Hey,
Like,
we-
you don't see me out here simping for
Hey, we-
Sakura,
we
bro. She's my
waifu-
waifu, but that's
we
about
waifu
it.
same. We waifu same in here,
Man
man.
said Sakura simp.
I'm not s- I fucking
Hey,
That's
he
a
can
good
try
one.
defending Sakura for any
Bro.
any use that she's had in Naruto, bro. It don't matter, man. She's still
bro,
Sakura.
she's actually as strong. She's
Bro.
actually as strong as fucking
Simp.
Mother.
as Tsunade. But you might not cap him, bro. I don't watch this.
Hey, that is
I don't-
funny.
I
You
don't-
gotta change your name to that, bro. Sakura simp.
I don't
that
have
is
to
a
take this
banger.
capery, bro.
That is a banger, bro.
I don't have to take this capery here. Look, that's
Nah,
my new
but-
FEI, fam. That's my main thing, bro.
Nah, but like,
Ugh.
nah. If you think like this shit is crazy, man, you should see the communities for like Love Live and like Idol Master. Those two are fucking huge. Those are probably some of the biggest communities, especially in Japan. That shit's huge. Like to the point where people have like it's like a gang war. Like imagine the Yakuza,
shit.
right? In Japan.
Is that real?
Oh shit! No way.
Wait, what?
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe
Oh,
Bryant died in a helicopter crash 20 minutes ago. Announced.
No way, man.
Why?
Legend, bro.
We were talking about having like simping over pixels. Now you have to put in this shit. What the hell?
I know, bro. That is so sad.
That's
I
so
saw it in
sad,
the corner of my eye. Kobe Bryant is a legend, man. But
Alright,
if I
let's
ever
go.
take a basketball shot, yeah, it's just I'm shouting Kobe at the top of my lungs.
Let's get an F, my guy. Let's
Yeah,
give it
top 10
like a
F.
second.
A minute of silence.
A minute's too long, man. Can we make it like 10 seconds?
Shut up.
Oh my lord.
That's for Kobe, yo.
I was actually quite sad.
Yeah, that's pretty heartbreaking. The guy was insane for basketball. Fuck, dude.
I don't know much about his life,
mean-
or how he was in real life. But
I'm not gonna lie. It feels like now that Kobe's dead, it's like I don't know. It's like it's a lot of famous, loved people are just dying so fast for some reason.
But the way, dude, that's fucking heartbreaking.
Wait, he
man.
died in a
Fucking-
helicopter
in
crash?
a helicopter crash. Dude,
yeah, he died with his boys at least, innit? You already know.
If I was to die, I'd die with my boys too. No, I'm joking. I wouldn't die with any of you guys.
dude, he got a three-peat, man.
How many people died with him? It said 3, right? Kobe's traveling at least 3 other people in his private helicopter when he went down. Nobody survived. I can confirm dead.
Yeah, min of silence, guys, min of silence.
Alright, timed it. All right, boys.
Yo, RIP, my man's Kobe.
Rest in
Man.
peace, man.
For real.
Alright. That's crazy, dude.
That's actually terrifying.
That is.
Man, you can. Fuck, dude.
I don't know. I don't know if he was like a really nice guy, like he did a lot for charity and stuff. I know a lot of these basketball players do stuff. They're just rich.
Or like Jordan. Jordan's sort of just rich.
That's crazy, though. Still.
I don't know. I'm reading about it now. I'll tell you. I'll tell you later.
That's I don't even know.
Supposed to show anyone could die at any time.
Yeah, for real.
For real,
like,
bro.
you know, dude, helicopter crash like that, man. Shit.
I mean, that just puts my fear into more things. Because, like, I have a lot of, like, fears into, like, anything. It's like, damn. Like, what if I go in this and it possibly kills me? You know?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
that's why I always have fears of, like, going into planes and shit.
Yeah, what are you guys' like biggest fears?
Biggest fizz.
Yeah,
Fears.
Fears?
top 10 segues right there. I can't-
Biggest fizz. I don't know. I don't fear anything but God, so
That's cap.
that's nothing other than what would scare everyone else. There's nothing special that would scare me.
Yeah, same. I don't know, cause it's one of those things. I don't really put myself. It's gonna put me. Like when you walk around in East London at night, you sort of become desensitized to
Yeah.
to most things, right? I'm not like.
So you're telling me there was an alligator? Boom. Spawned in your room.
Well, damn.
Telling
Knock
me
him
that
out,
it'd
bro.
be calm as a pickle, bro.
Yeah, knock him out.
An alligator.
That's
An
an
alligator.
alligator, bro.
But you know what I mean? Like that
Alligator
doesn't make
up to
any
8
sense,
feet,
bro.
bruv.
Like it's not like you can have a fear of something. Like I don't have any irrational fears.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Like, that's.
I ain't gonna lie to you, yeah. I'm terrified of bees. Can't do
Yeah,
bees.
you are. I know that you're. I know that you're
Can't
quite.
do bees, bro.
That's kind of weird.
I mean,
Can't do bees.
I wouldn't say just, like,
Oh yeah, Theo is scared of bees.
I wouldn't say, like, fears. I'd just say, like, just normally what are you scared of? Like, for me,
Women.
I just be... Alright. Alright. I'm guessing minorities too, but...
didn't say that.
Trust, Samir, I've played many league games with you.
I
know
know you
that.
haven't. You don't know my story.
I know your story quite well, actually.
You wish you did.
But,
Heights is a good one.
nah, but for me, I was gonna say,
fear of heights isn't actually.
I was gonna say
like-
like the
I've never actually been to like a high place. I've been on roofs and stuff and looked down.
I was gonna say like
Yeah.
roller coasters and shit. Like honestly, I don't.
Roller coasters.
I actually
Roller
don't.
coasters
I actually
fun,
don't
dude.
like roller
Whoa.
coasters. Like,
Whoa.
That's cap.
nah,
I'm-
That's minus 10 respect.
I lie.
Nah,
yo,
nah,
that's
nah,
minus
nah.
10
Roller
respect on that
roller
one.
coasters
I
are so fun,
the
bro.
roller coasters that I've been I've been on, cause like I can handle my normal roller coasters, you know, it's just like a bunch of like it's not too crazy, but like I've been in one where it's like I forgot which one it was, but there's like one where it just keeps having you upside down. I swear to God, I have the fear of just falling down or something like that.
Bro, what
But that's
about
the
me,
thing.
bro?
Like roller coasters takes like because usually when you're actually your fear of heights is usually the fear of, but but with roller
Usually the
coasters
fear
it
of
takes
what?
it's
You cut
usually the fear of falling.
Okay.
It's not the fear of heights. You're just scared that you're gonna fall. So when you're in a roller coaster, it sort of takes that part away. Because you're not gonna fall off the roller coaster, right? You're strapped in. You've got that big thing,
I
and
don't
really
know, bro.
you're on a chain.
I
Like
got a 26-inch waist.
maybe you, bro.
Man's do be
Nah,
slipping
I
out
ain't
here.
even lie. I still
Imagine you go on a roller coaster. You're sitting next to a mayor, yeah. You're
Next thing you know,
both
just hear
looking
this.
right.
And you
You're
just-
not there anymore.
you just see
Flipped
you
out,
just
bro.
see him trying to hang on.
You just see him pop right out for you.
I had a
got-
theory
I
yeah,
get
that if I
sucked
jumped
out.
off like a, I had a theory if I jumped off a building, you know, like you throw paper off the side and you know how it floats. That's actually what happens to me when I jump off something. I just float down, bro.
Oh, what's that? There's a character like that, but it was a book. It was like a children's book, but it was like as flat as paper.
Legendary, bro. What a power.
Stanley or something like that.
Oh no.
I don't know.
Uh,
Oh man. I don't. Other than that, no, I don't really have any. Like the thing is, like stuff like I'll never jump out of a plane, most likely, because
See, then
if
you're
that
scared of something. Then you can't. Say
no,
you're
because
scared of
no,
something.
the reason why I don't want to jump out of a plane is because if the parachute doesn't happen, if the parachute doesn't work, then I'm dead. I'm just trying
Actually,
to.
every
is it-
parachute has a backup parachute inside the parachute.
Does it actually?
Yes.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Wait, really?
Yep.
And sometimes the backup parachute doesn't work.
Yeah, yeah.
Can't even
of
lie.
course.
See, that's what I mean. Like, I'm not gonna put myself in a large. So, like,
But
you
the
see
thing
how
is,
people see. This is why it's irrational because people will be like, "Oh, why are you gonna get in a like, why are you scared of flying? When you like the chances of flying, like the chances of dying in a plane are way less than like dying in a car." But it's also like, yeah, fine, but you can control the chances of death when you're in a car, right? If you just drive safely.
Maybe.
Mostly,
No,
right?
no.
Because if someone comes and T-bones you, there's nothing that you could have done, right? But like
Exactly,
for the
it's
most
very
part,
different.
you're in control of that car. So if you die most of the time, if you die because of unsafe driving, that's on you. Meanwhile, on a plane, you have to give all of your sort of hopes and you're
To
putting
train
all of your faith
professionals, bro.
to a person that's not you. It doesn't matter if they're a trained professional or not. In your mind, you're creating that illusion that like, oh, I'm not in control, therefore I'm gonna die. And I'm bearing in mind, I'm not scared of flying. I really enjoy flying, but I'm just saying that's a lot of a lot of people go through that process where it's like, oh, well, because
No,
I'm not in
man.
control,
No.
I die. Even though it's somewhat irrational.
I feel
Like
as
you're
though
not gonna
you're
die
you're
to a
not
wasp
like
sting. You do realize that, right? I mean,
Bro.
like,
Bro, but that's the thing though. I'm not saying like it's irrational. It's absolutely irrational. But I can't do it.
I've
I
been
hate
stung by a wasp like
I
3
hate the
times
thing.
now, and I can tell you honestly,
Okay, big
it's
man.
it's
Bro,
not as
worry
bad
Mike
as it
Tyson,
seems.
bruv.
It's not as bad as it seems.
That seems just. Oh,
I heard Dwayne Johnson just entered the room, bro. Don't bring
I
it
don't
up.
talk about Dwayne Johnson, but we're gonna be here for another hour.
Nah, but
my
like
favorite
something.
actor,
Top 10
Mr.
actor.
Rock.
Nah, like
Mr.
something.
Johnson Rock.
It's like something
Mr.
stupid
Rock.
as well. Like when you're about to throw up, essentially.
Yeah.
I normally have that fear of just like I don't know why. I guess it's just me like not wanting to feel the fact that I'm about to throw up. But I hate it so much that I kind of feel scared of it. Of like when I know I'm about to throw up,
Same.
but I want to keep it in because I know I just don't want to throw up.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't thrown up in a very long time.
Bro, I
Yeah,
hate throwing up.
same.
Like,
I
I
I
hate
mean,
throwing up.
I used to wake up every morning and throw up for some weird reason, but
Morning sickness. Dude's pregnant.
Man was
Yo,
pregnant, bro.
Simi was
man
actually pregnant.
Dude's
yeah.
pregnant.
Man, do be a baby mama though, still.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yo, what the hell? Why didn't you mind?
What?
Like, if you being a baby mama,
I was just shut up, man.
Oh my god, bro. Because you only want to be
Bro.
with 2D people, that's why.
Exactly,
Oh.
bro. You
Bro,
don't
2D
appreciate
over
my
3D.
3 dimensions.
3D over 3D.
Hey.
You don't appreciate my final D, bro.
Simi, I think I appreciate you the most, okay? And I think that was uncool for
For real.
Yeah, bro, for real.
That's kind of weird.
No, this don't say don't.
Well, that's kind of weird.
Hey, getting weird, man. We just being homosexual out here,
Oh my
Can
lord.
we please move on?
Like, yeah, we got. So wait, you're scared of bees, right, man?
Bro, I hate no. I'm not scared of bees. I'm terrified of bees. Anything that buzzes, really.
Buzzes.
No, I hate that shit.
I'm
when
not
it
gonna lie,
gets
I
in
don't
my
like
ear.
flies. I'm not scared of flies, but like, I'm not a fan of
Those are
flies.
things you don't like.
Yeah,
Nah,
like, I'm
yeah.
not a
Flies,
fan of
bro.
flies.
No, bro. I catch them flies. I eat them flies, bro.
Ew,
Like,
what?
What
No.
the hell?
know
Are
in-
you a frog?
Not in Karate Kid, bro. You know when
Oh, the
Jackie
chopsticks.
Chan chopsticks, boom. That's what I do. Zoom.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie.
Free protein.
One time I how I did it, but I swear my third eye awoke, and at that point, like I clapped a fly, like it was flying right in front of me. It annoyed me so much. I waited for the perfect opportunity. This was like at 2 a.m. And I
I don't know how you guys don't do that so often. I do that literally all the time.
No, you got them slow ass flies. That's why, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
you
talking about them-
he probably got
Actually,
flies
that's
on their
not easy
final
to
legs.
them
I
flies
don't-
move like Lionel
you know-
Messi, bro.
I don't catch them. I don't clap on them. I like grab them with one hand because it's faster. And we tried that.
Nah.
I'm
You
more
got
about
them
the-
dead- you got them dead
slap
flies.
right
They
on
move
the-
like Gragas, bro.
Man says flies are like Gregas.
I'm talking about them Master Yi flies, bro.
You're clowning.
Like
Nah,
I don't know.
they move side to side. They don't even go forward.
nah,
anymore.
my flies are like Quinnar, you know, like these flies are like zooming because they're small as
For
well.
real though, bro.
Like they're like the small ones as well. They're like zooming everywhere, bro. Like they're pissing me off.
Bro,
Like
it's a fly. Like I don't like them.
No, I'm not gonna say I'm scared of flies, but bees.
nah.
One time I was in a ranked game and bee flew in my room, bro.
That's an evacuation, bro.
It
Nah,
came,
I'm not
bro.
going back in
My
the room.
soul left my body. You don't understand, bro.
But I won't like the one fear when I hear people are scared of it. It just like it doesn't piss me off, but it's like and you're so stupid. When people are scared of spiders, I can't hack that, man.
Hoover.
Bro, for
What?
real.
It's
Grab a Hoover.
You,
That's
like,
you
fam,
try Hoover a bee. innit?
Hoover,
You
bro,
can't
get
kill,
a
bro.
tissue, fam. Get a tissue and just slap it. What the
I'm
hell?
not gonna lie.
Hoover,
not gonna lie, I
Hoover,
haven't-
Hoover.
I haven't worn my Tims in a
No, we do
good.
not.
I haven't worn my Tims in a good long time, and I swear to God, the only time I ever use them is to kill a spider.
The
Bro,
Tim.
like, these times I just sort of move it, bro. I like grab the tissue. I put it in like a tissue, grab it in my hand,
Nah,
and
but
move it
Probably
elsewhere.
eat it
you know,
after,
you know what
bro.
annoys me? What annoys me
No.
the most is like when I'm in the attempt of killing the spider, and then it slightly moves down and it just falls on the ground. I swear, I just leave the room. I leave the room. I wait for a good while.
Sometimes these spiders, yeah, they're just bare slow. They look bare slow. You try to like attack them, yeah.
Man.
Gone, bro.
The thing is, they have them like they're not gonna do anything to you. That's why I don't really care. Like, what the hell are they gonna do? They're just gonna sit there and like make a web. That's all they're gonna do.
Nah, that's why I let
For
some
real,
of them
bro.
live. You know, like if I look at
Sometimes
them.
they catch the flies.
Nah, that's why.
Exactly, bro. If anything, they're doing me a favor, bro.
Yeah, I look at my corner, right, and like in the corner of the room, and sometimes I see a spider. It's just chilling. For the longest time before my old setup, I had a spider just chilling there, and it
You
just
ever wonder
Yeah,
like
bro.
what they're just doing?
yeah, like sometimes I just look up there.
Just
It's like he vibing, you know, he just vibing.
Hunting.
Yeah, he making webs and shit, but he vibing, you know. I let him be
Funny.
up there because I'm too lazy to get up there and kill him. But like, you know, I just let him vibe there, just chilling. Probably talk to him a bit because I'm lonely, and then
Not gonna lie, some of these spiders though. Like, have you
Yeah.
heard there's a spider called the pigeon-eating spider?
what?
Wait, hold on, what?
Bro,
What does it do?
Pigeon eating
it
spider.
eats pigeons.
Ah.
Eating.
I think it's bird-eating spider.
But do you see how that's not going to be in your room though?
Obviously, but in Australia, it could be in their room.
That's Australia. That's Australia's
Yeah,
problem, bro.
Nah, you mean
That's
you mean the
Australia's
bird?
problem.
Australian fly looks the size of your head, bro. Like,
Nah, bro.
Nah,
I wouldn't live in Australia. I'm not gonna lie though.
Same.
So, like, that's too much stuff, bro. That's too much stuff. You got snakes,
Nah,
like big ass lizards. You got like them spiders that can kill donnies in your fridge. Nah, what's up with that, man?
I got
Like waking up, there's a kangaroo in your kitchen,
Bro,
cooking or something.
hold on,
No.
the
Cooking, bro.
worst
Man's got
thing that
boxing
could
gloves on,
possibly
bro.
wake up to in my house. Like,
Boxing gloves. Yeah. Just
Like-
robs your house.
This is
Don't
his
need to
house
run
now.
up, man. Hey, let me
But,
see
like,
them hands, bro.
it's so clapped because the biggest threat, with that, like, not even a threat, the biggest annoyance or pest that we can have really is like a rat or a mouse. Yeah, in Australia, the biggest threat is something that will actually kill you when you're sleeping.
Bro,
Like that. No, I'm not
man-
gonna
man
fuck
used
with
to
that,
get
dude.
eaten by them
That's why I have
poison
a
ivy,
fear of
bro.
going to Australia.
Fuck going to Australia, dude. Like I'll visit Australia, but I ain't living.
Nah, I ain't even visiting, man. That's just scary. Like, what if I die in the time
Mid-beast and dip. That's it.
there?
I want to see
True,
mid beast
true.
and dip.
Like, that's a true.
Mm.
See that handsome guy
Australia's
and dip,
scary,
bro.
bro.
Yeah.
Australia is a scary place, and then these times it's just on fire. Like the
Yeah,
fuck?
the thing is, like, everything there is just like 10 times bigger, bro.
Because they have so much
Hell,
land mass. That's why. Like it's so big. You know, like I didn't know this, but apparently Australia's like the United States.
What, as big, did you say?
Yeah.
Uh,
Like, and all of that shit has spiders. All right.
uh,
Anyway, that's been an hour. Let's wrap it up, baby.
Alright,
If you're watching on YouTube,
Oh,
sorry. Oh, if you're watching on YouTube, please remember to subscribe, follow, subscribe, like, comment, all of that shit. If you're watching on Twitch, please do give us a follow and put that notification on so we don't have to fucking at everyone to watch the stream. Okay, join the Discord so you can talk to us and it's not just what bruv the emote. It's getting annoying. I want to see some memes. Anyway, we'll be here same time next week. Yeah, we can cut it there, I think.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Right. See ya.